We are tWoTcast, episode 359. 9.
No, he doesn't. No. Okay.
All right, everyone, shut the f*** up. Let's ready to record.
We like to start every show by yelling, "We are tWoTcast." Can you do that with me? On the count of 1, 2, 3, go. We are tWoTcast. Now we can start.
The Wheel of Time, Reread Podcast, explicit in R, freaking rated. Jono's the wild card, always talking shit. Joe's the straight man, he's a total dick. Tom is still obsessed with X-Men.
Previously on X-Men.
We are
Hi.
Hey, boys.
Hi.
Oh, that
I
was
didn't call on you. I didn't call on you.
I get it.
Welcome to tWoTcast, Wheel of Time, Reread podcast. Now covering, watching, listening, everything. Wheel of Time. So, this is Joe.
Hey, Jono. Hey, man.
This is Tom.
That's a skill. Watch me try to point to you right now. Oh wait, it worked.
Oh,
Shit.
oh, you did it. You did it right.
I got so excited I fucked it up.
It's just always the opposite. This is Tom, and for me, it's completely wrong.
The opposite.
Hold on, let me read the script here.
Opposite.
I'm Jono.
That is correct.
No one cares about
Let me
that part.
check that. Yeah, you're Jono.
It's on the screen.
Yeah. Oh. tWoTcast.
Yep.
Huh. It's really easy.
That checks out.
Well, how we doing, boys? How are you guys?
Hey, boys.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. You know what? You know what? Hey, Jono, what's the guy from What We Do in the Shadows? That's, I don't know, just the way he speaks is hilarious. Matt Berry? Is it Matt Berry?
Yeah. I assume you're talking about Laszlo. Yeah, Matthew Berry. Yeah.
No, the other one. Yeah, Laszlo. It's not funny. I mean, he is, but not
all of it's funny.
Matt Berry's.
Or
Mandor?
Anyway.
About Mandor?
Yeah. No, not
Really?
Mandor.
Yeah, it's Matthew Berry. Laszlo.
Yeah. Laszlo, yes. Sorry. I mixed up their names. Matt Berry, specifically, is Laszlo. I was mixed up on their names. Nandor is not who I was talking about. Anyway, I just stumbled upon an account on TikTok that's just nonstop him talking, and it's just like little sound bites of him saying the weirdest shit, and it is so funny, and I love it so much.
Are you a TikTok?
And you're the only
guy now,
person
Joe?
that would really. I mean, I just do it while I take a shit. You know, I'm bored in the morning.
There's something about the words like on TikTok that makes it
That's how it
sound like
starts.
you're 7 years old.
Well, I
I'm
mean,
thinking
you
on
know,
TikTok.
it's definitely for children, but
I mean, we can't trust Joe when China invades. Jono.
Yeah.
They've already got a hold of his brain. We're
Yeah.
in trouble now.
Yeah.
oh my god, is that happening?
This whole show's compromised.
I had a question for you guys that I thought of on the way home today, or I was talking to Lindsay about.
Was it
She
on
said something.
TikTok?
She said something about the Titanic. So here's my question: when that iceberg hit the Titanic, why did they all just jump onto the iceberg?
They kept going.
Why?
Well, that's the bigger issue.
I don't think they could stop that quickly.
Was it that fast?
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like a good way to survive.
I'm pretty sure one of the main reasons it sank is because they tried to avoid it, so it scraped along the side, cutting through many sections of the ship,
Layers
which
of
caused it
off.
to flood in
Can't
multiple
you jump
sections.
off
Like if
the
they had hit
side?
it head on, it would have been almost all right.
You jump off the side onto opposite Hawaii, which is an island of ice. Hang out for a while and wait for rescue. I don't know.
Because that ice is probably just as warm as the icy cold water.
Bring a blanket.
I mean, the ice,
that ice is big enough. You could just start a fire up there.
the ice is way better to
Probably.
stand on than be in
People
the
survive
water.
in Antarctica. It happens.
Yeah.
Better than being in the water.
No, I buy
Yes.
it, Tom. You're right. I got it. I buy it. I like it.
That's why sweat works. Yeah. About how things. But The answer is they already passed it.
Well, I said
Yeah,
that to Lindsay, and she paused for like a solid 2 seconds. So I just wanted to give that to everybody. Like anytime anybody mentions Titanic, just say, "Why don't they just jump on the iceberg?" If you say that to somebody, they're just going to be like, "No," but they will wait like that 1 second.
I don't think we waited.
Why didn't they jump on the iceberg? I don't know. That just makes good sense to me.
Because
I use just adding in details, but it's also that it's big and has to take a long time to come to a stop. But
that's exactly correct. Ayush is exactly right. But the real answer is because iceberg is a type of
It didn't hit them like a meteor.
no, the ship is fast, Tom.
Yeah, it scraped along the edge, jump off all time.
Yeah, and then it kept fucking going.
Tom, I'm so
Yeah,
disappointed.
it jump off before it keeps going.
It's nowhere near them.
What do you mean it hit the boat? Jump off the side of the boat.
Jesus.
None of what you're saying makes sense. Everything I'm saying makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I'm all for it. I don't care.
That's what I make.
I like it. I like your idea. I think it's great.
I'm out on your idea. And I'm texting your wife about your lack of appreciation for the joke I made.
I didn't hear it.
Is iceberg the type of lettuce that goes on top of a Whopper?
Oh God! Glad you said that again.
It's a Whopper commercial joke.
Maybe I do.
Now we're on chicken fries.
Yeah.
You want to do the Quiznos? You want to do the Quiznos or roll?
Maybe I do.
All right. So this is episode what? Did I say 359?
That is correct.
That means if we did this once a week, no, if we did this once a day, we'd almost be at a fucking year. How dumb is that?
Meaning a year of episodes? Is that what you're saying?
That's the dumbest thing I think I've ever thought of. Is that if we were
almost to the point where someone could start listening to the podcast and do one every single day, and they would have a podcast every day of the year. That's what you're saying.
The dumbest thing I've ever said.
That is a lot of podcasts.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And for the whole Christmas season, like they'd have a lot. Like if you divvied them up right, like you just watch all the Home Alone movies, Die Hard is in there, Bushwhacked. Some good Christmas, some good Christmas content there.
You got quality for a year. Quality.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like it.
So this is
let's get into it.
You know, at an average of 2 hours an episode, if somebody listened to them all front to back without sleeping, it would last a month.
Oh my God. Some of them, well, there's a lot that are less than 2 hours though.
What would happen to somebody?
Some of them are more.
There are some that are more. I think it averages out to 2. What happens to somebody's brain if they did that?
That's a brain meltingly stupid thing to actually.
A month straight.
We started on April 1st. What happened? What do you look like as a human being on May 1st?
Probably dead.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd be pretty bad off if you didn't sleep for a month anyway, not included.
Yeah. You have to sleep. You need sleep.
You don't have to. No one's forced.
What if it was like but I mean, you could get like 2 hours of sleep and then stay up for 4 hours or something like that. What if it was some weird, insane shit like that? During that 4 hour period, someone was making you food, so you would just like eat like a small meal.
If you bake in sleep to it, this could last you almost 3 months.
Jesus.
I think it's fantastic.
By the way, anyone who does that, I'll give $1,000. Fuck it. Anyone who does that.
How are they going to prove it? I'm going to do it. I'm doing it tomorrow, starting tomorrow.
Okay.
We're not in the contest, Tom. We're part of tWoTcast worldwide headquarters. We're the presidents.
I just want
join our own contest.
I just want that $1,000. It's that crazy.
All right. So this is our episode covering ourselves, whereupon we once again re-excite our excitement of how many times we've done this show.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
And if you like the show,
it's really
tell
just
more
a
yourself.
vanity project of how much we love the Wheel of Time, but also paying attention to how much our opinions matter.
We're doing it until we're dead. Literally don't care who's watching it.
It's in 5 weeks. 1 year, twat.
Yeah, I mean, one of us is going to die soon. I can just feel it. I mean, we've got enough karma out there in the world. It's just going to happen.
Joe, it can't be stopped. We have progeny.
Yeah,
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Nope. I guess I'm the sacrifice. I don't have a kid.
Jono, you're out. You're the healthiest of us all. So
No,
it makes sense for you to be the first to die.
You just can't. First of all, you just don't die. Second of all, you're interchangeable with any ginger.
We all look and act the same.
Shit, I need to. Tom says horrible things now.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Joe, would you honestly notice the difference? Pale, red hair. I don't know.
Yes.
Yes. We have different cancer marks.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, pale, red hair, skin cancer.
Yeah, but where was your skin cancer? That's the ginger badge.
That's what makes me unique.
Yeah.
Location.
Sometimes I forget that there's viewers and listeners. I was shaking my head and lipping the words no. But saying yes out loud.
You were lipping them.
My cancer scar is on top of my other cancer scar.
Oh, right. Let's move on.
No one wants to see your medical photography.
All right. This is our episode covering the tWoTties.
The tWoTties, the Wheel of Time Awards.
For Book 5, The Fires of Heaven.
Goddamn, every time. It just sounds epic.
By the way, Wild Man Wyatt's here, everybody. Wrestling song Hero 200 is here.
You think it's the music or
and of course I use
like all the gold and the lights that makes it like seem really official?
I mean, yeah, it's probably I tried to pick something that was also ring shaped as it went away from the backgrounds.
I'm gonna do a tWoTties award.
A lot of thought in that
for the tWoTties graphic next week.
Yeah, it's a wheel. It's a wheel, Jono.
Yes.
Oh, is it more like a tunnel?
Not really, just a circle.
It's a tunnel of time.
There's a lot of circular imagery in the logo.
Do you think we'll all hear it, the tunnel of time?
Yeah, we're gonna do a tWoTcast.
Yeah.
Do that next.
Write that book one. Tunnel of Time. Get ChatGPT to do it.
I could.
Tunnel of Time, starring Sand Balfour.
Okay.
Balfour. Is that from like Rings?
I don't know. Is it?
Taking a fucking cool class.
Say words, Jono.
Look, it's all
right. Okay, well, what's our first award here as we slowly get our shit together?
What are the tWoTties for the Fires of Heaven?
So, the tWoTties.
Explain that, really.
This
could be somebody's first episode.
The tWoTties, the Wheel of Time Awards.
It is, of course, the premier awards given for each book. Also, the first and only award given for characters in each book, and you're welcome for that. With tWoTties is our signature highbrow version of Oscars.
The Academy Awards, yeah.
Yes.
This explanation.
We're taking a look at each book one by one, and we made up arbitrary categories and awards, and we're giving awards to certain
They're
characters.
not arbitrary. They're critical, so we can point out the most important points of the book. Like for sure.
Who wants to hear a shitty pun?
Sorry, actually, we did put a lot of time into the categories that we've done.
It's actually a dozen jokes every fucking week about getting the goddamn shit together.
We might have actually put more thought into what the categories were going to be than with any single thing we've done in 359 episodes.
That's probably true.
We talked about it for
an reflection behind you.
We talked about it for at least 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's
I was just delivered an old fashioned by my lovely wife.
Oh, really? I just thought you were just grabbing drinks out of thin air through a wormhole or something.
I think me.
That would be hilarious if you did those bits every week. Like, why don't you go downstairs and get yourself a drink?
I'm single. I don't even have all the people that have met Lauren in real life are it's all just an actor. Turns out she's always available for JordanCon, which is very helpful for me.
I mean, it could just be one high-end call girl that you hire once a year for 3 days. That wouldn't even cost that much money.
Really
I do rent the children, though, because that's more difficult. Have you seen how attractive the children are? They're not mine.
Yeah, but you just order get a different kid every year.
Yeah. But it's funny because it's your kids.
First award. Now you can do that thing. What's the first award? the Chris Traeger Award for the best new character.
Chris Traeger Award for the best new character of the book. I have a hard time with this one every time. I can't remember who's first.
It is tough to remember who enters, right?
All right. Well, first of all, let me get something out of the way. Birgit is not even an nominee.
Hello, Glenn.
Because we have no idea what to do with her. She first appeared in the second book. She's appeared in many other books.
The second book does not count. Not counting it. And they've only seen glimpses of her.
But we've just had every single book like, don't count it, don't count it, don't count it, don't count it. I'm not suddenly just going to be like, this one matters.
Why? Because this one does matter.
Here's the thing. She's not a nominee.
Oh, all right.
She basically never gets a first appearance.
That's a shame.
Well,
hey, you know what? After we cross the midway point, we should change the Chris Traeger to like someone that left a show before the end, like Michael Rosenbaum, Lex Luthor didn't famously finish Smallville or something like that. Like something like that. We'll change the award, and then as people dip out or die, we'll just make that the award. This person to never be seen in the books again.
So that aside, you guys nominated people, either not enough people or people that have appeared many times before in the books. So basically every single nominee and the winner just all came from me. You'll be surprised by all of them. Are you ready for the nominees?
I want to know who I fucking
I'm not surprised at all. Like I said, I struggle with this category without having had just reread the books.
Gareth Brine.
Yeah, he's been in the books.
Book 5.
Yeah.
All right, I don't know.
I did put Logain very purposefully.
Also, book 1.
I know, but I mean, like, he wasn't a character. It's just a guy.
What about Cerulean Melindra? I've got Cerulean Melindra.
Yeah, we're not counting them. Also, Melindra makes more appearances in these nominees than I ever would have thought possible. Also, she doesn't outshine the people that are actually on the list.
Okay, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Let's talk about our nominees. Let's start with Sulin, the maiden.
Sulin?
She puts the maiden.
I'm mad she's not winning.
Well, she doesn't win. You'll know the winner when you hear it.
Oh no!
Okay. You guys want to discuss Sulin, or are we just going to move on to the next one?
Other than that joke, I was good.
All right. This one won't blow you away quite as much. Lord Dobrain. I mean, come on.
No. Lord Dobrain?
He certainly does more than
Melindra. He's a great man and a dark friend.
And he's not a dark friend.
He's a dark friend.
He's got outer hair, which means probably some very bad what's it called? Scalpel dermatitis.
Next nominee, let's go with Davram Bashir. No one cares about him.
Not really.
So I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't remember that. Bashir, that's a great one. He's great too. I'm mad he's not winning. Fuck no,
you're not going to be mad.
I love Dobrain. What a great and loyal character to the Dark One.
Stop saying that.
He was brainwashed.
You're not going to be mad about the winner. Should I tell you the winner now? That's what all it's like. The winner's Talmains. First appearance of Talmains. Come on.
Yeah.
Look at Jono.
I mean, you know what? He didn't really shine for me until like he was like best friends with Matt.
It's not about shining.
I know. No, I know. Well, the point is he's awesome later. I'm just saying he's not great now. Yeah. But it's his first appearance, so like it's based on that idea. But man, he gets so great later. I love that guy.
If only we were sober when we made these categories. And actually had written down the plans and like.
How do you remember who's new and shows up in a book for the first time?
Well, there's also like, what is a new character, right? Like, when's Mazrim Tame a new character? He's alluded to
the first time
when he walks onto the page and says,
"Yeah, he has to be on screen, quote unquote." Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's going to be interesting. By the way, we should probably put him later. Because I don't think he's been.
Forgot Talmains first appeared here. Yeah, so did I.
Yeah, what's wrong with you, Glenn? What's wrong with your fucking choices?
I weirdly,
Glenn's a genius, Johnny. You shut the fuck up.
I had weirdly thought he must have shown up earlier. I had to look it up because I was just like, oh, I'm sure they just like walked by him at some point.
Yeah.
The way Jordan recycles characters, or like not recycles, but just keeps.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna get difficult.
Don't worry, I'm on top of it.
We've already fucked up since book 3, so yeah, we should be great.
I definitely fucked up last week.
I'll find better entries than being on book 5 and somebody suggesting Gareth Bryan and Logan.
I was very tempted to put Perrin and like the Battle of the Two Rivers for a lot of my answers tonight. Because last week
I would have ignored them all.
4, book 5.
I know, but it would have been so good.
So I will say this.
And of course, Perrin and the Battle of the Two Rivers. Honorable mention from Joe.
I've always said it either 2 or 3 books running, but the best purpose, if this works purposefully, because Chris Traeger was introduced in season 2, but becomes the Chris Traeger Award in season 3. So therefore, every single thing Joe and I are saying is relevant and on brand.
No, it really doesn't work very well what you're saying, and I've heard it before, and I just have disavowed it, and you keep bringing it up.
You hear it next week?
Well, I've disavowed it again, and I'll disavow it then.
No, I think I'm done with my big, technically already appeared but should deserve an appearance award nominees. I'm done with those, so I'll be fine next week.
Oh, thanks, Frankie.
You guys are Ethan Hunt, and you've been caught or captured by the enemy. And next category is
Ghost Protocol. Ghost Protocol.
I actually forgot the toned down name we have for this category. It's the Hake something award for the best. Wait,
it's the Hake sexual assault.
No. It's the Hake
Rape.
dicey sex. It's the Hake dicey sexual.
Dicey sexual situation. Award for best sexual. Moment. Oh no! What Tom? We were gonna change it to the best Vin Diesel triple.
I forgot. I was gonna put a moment from the movie Triple X in every single one of these. That would require me to watch Triple X again for the first time in like 25 years.
That's an awesome moment.
Dicey sexual should just be like a term that's used more often because just
the best Hake dicey sexual situation.
Dicey sexual situation.
Triple X moment.
Award for the best Triple X moment.
Who's describing it as dicey? Is it? Who's on the end of that?
I mean,
I think Brandon Matt would have been like, "This is a dicey situation." You know, like that same way, like George Clooney was like, "Spot."
When they get away and there's like a shaking fist and lightning, and they're like, "Man, we almost got we were almost."
That was a situation.
That was close. Anyway, the nominees are number 1, just the name, the 9-horse hitch.
Good. I almost put that, but I was like, that's not technically. Well,
I was real proud of that. I was very surprised that made it onto your list.
Sexual things happen there as well, but I mean,
yeah, that's true. But the 9-horse hitch, I mean, that's not sexual, right?
We'll find out about that.
It's about being drawn and quartered, dummies.
Sure, you say so.
It's 2 horses for every limb and 1 for your head.
What's the 9th one?
And they all run.
What about the other 4?
What?
You're a midget and legally in 32 states. The next one is for the second week in a row, Ascendra, probably.
Yeah.
I
don't put Ascendra. I put Ascendra, probably.
It's definitely.
I mean,
the book 6.
Really
Ascendra, probably.
Do you have any like? Does it? Is it interesting at all? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't do anything for me. You know what I mean?
Every Matt chapter is like look at those big old sleeves. Look at that shit. Look at her around.
We didn't have a ton of entries for this, and there's obviously everyone knows what the winner is, so it's like we're really just padding this. Like the nominees for this one don't even show up to the ceremony because they know who's gonna win.
Yeah, we're really beating around the bush. We're burying the lead.
Well, we don't really call it beating around the bush anymore.
Yeah,
it's all beating around the landing strip.
Yeah. No, not in this episode. They beat in the bush. Your next nominee, I just put Melindra. Any specific moment.
Yeah. I think
I mean, it's a great moment.
Matt has a lot of fun. Matt Cawthon gets a lot of good sex.
It's also the one specific moment where he almost dies. A very dicey sexual moment.
He literally almost dies in this book like 3 times. Wait, he literally dies in the previous book. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, he dies in this one.
He dies in this one. He dies in the last 2 books in a row.
He dies in the last one. The
Uh,
hanging from the tree is dying and living again. Then he dies in this one, and then he almost
dies
dies when the
again.
Archon gets him, and then he almost dies when she kills him, then he almost dies when the wall falls. And it's fucking every 5 minutes.
yeah, he's not really doing a great job.
He's crushing it out. Good job, Matt.
You know who else?
And the winner is, you've got a shirt of it. Many people have a shirt of it. It's a sex igloo.
Sexy glue.
I wore the wrong shirt.
So the answer to this is Avienda and Rand, right? If
No,
you
it's not.
say
It's the
Avienda
sex
and Rand,
igloo.
sure, technically that's right. But the answer is best igloo moment. Thank you.
Sex
MJ.
goo. Sex glue.
Yeah.
No, not
You know
sex-
the
well,
glue is?
sex glue, yeah, sex glue. What do you call that?
Come.
Glenn said Matt did not die from hanging from the tree.
That's
I
correct.
guess he was
Thank you.
technically not dead.
That is
That's what you
correct.
think, dum-dum. He's
The
dead.
die and live again moment is in this book. Thank you, Glenn.
Oh, I
That's
don't really
correct.
care what it is.
I
was just
agree with
trying to
you.
make a
Glenn.
point. He almost dies or dies like 38,000.
It
I mean,
technically
he almost
died,
died from all the blood rushing to his penis when he saw Moraine run down the hill in the last book, too.
That was. I would like to retcon
His
last
heart just
episode.
didn't have anything
and make
blood to
that
pump to it.
The sexiest moment it's ever had. A 5'2" lady
Just
running as fast as she
flappy,
can through the
naked.
desert.
I love. When was it? It was probably not recently when we talked about whether or not, like, when you take the 3 oaths, what that does to your vagina, and like that's my favorite. Like, kind
I
of.
was just thinking about
Wait, what are
body
you
in
asking
general.
when we discussed that?
Yeah, just like I think
We've
of that.
discussed this many, many times.
I know, but I
I was gonna
think
say.
that's just like a lovely discussion of really kind of getting down.
Oh, you're
to-
just reliving how wonderful. it
Yeah.
is.
Oh, I'm reliving. If you look below the,
I think it stretches or tightens all your skin. They say that.
yeah, it's amazing, right?
It tighten the skin.
Yeah, it's just it's like a vagina rejuvenation surgery.
Basically. A whole it's an all over body kind of thing.
I mean, yeah, it's all over. It's full body plastic surgery. You're basically a Barbie doll. You just turn into smooth, shiny plastic.
Yeah, it does say "Let's go party" right after too.
Let's go party. Anyway,
Welcome to
all right,
current
yeah,
reference.
obviously sexy glue. Come on.
Yeah,
By the way,
Yeah.
I'm 98% certain that we coined this phrase "sexy glue," and I feel like people
98.
just throw it about willy nilly.
98%.
Sorry, I mean, there's a chance that someone said that on a message board before we were a thing.
They did not.
It's possible.
I do
Closing that
appreciate
topic.
what's interesting about the longevity of this show, which is disturbingly large, is like I remember when we started. Yeah, in fairness, it should have just been any sword form. Why have we not just said any sword form is the answer?
Just for every
I mean,
book.
that is, yeah.
Yeah, but like I
See,
remember.
here we go. Glenn knows. Well, it's used on Watt Mania. I am 90. What's Watt Mania? I don't know what that is.
It's probably
Yeah,
a website. Also, one letter off from a different website.
If you saw somebody use it somewhere else just because they listen to our podcast and then use it somewhere else, that doesn't make them first.
That's true.
Makes sense.
Also, that's not impossible that somebody on Watt Mania said Sex Igloo. What's possible is that it was way after our original podcast on Book 4, which was 13 years ago.
Not dissimilar to Harry Potter originating all of literature. We originated all comment.
Oh yeah.
Next.
Watt Mania was one of the old original Watt-based websites. All right, well, I'm really just gonna need a time and date on that one then.
Yeah, I like Glenn's like I've got
Anybody can fake that.
Glenn knows. He'll know.
Yeah. But the whole
Anybody,
point is-
anybody can fake that. I
Yeah.
can take a recording of this right now, and it's going to look like me and Jono did this.
Oh, I'm not even here. I made a chat.
Yeah.
I made a
Did this with
AI
like Brad
version
Pitt or
of
something.
myself.
It's very easy.
It's 1969.
You guys ready for the next category?
No, I want to stick on this topic that we're losing ground.
100%.
This is it. Don't
I
get
know.
scared. An award for best battle in all capitals. Jono continues to send just things about
This is
traps.
it. Don't get scared now. Best Battle Award.
What? I
the best Battle Award.
I
The
don't
best battle of the book. It's just the
name.
best battle. We're changing it. It's gone now. Congratulations.
Wait,
There's no more Home Alone reference in the entire award show.
I don't agree with that either.
Well, sorry. It's kind of your fault.
Jono, I don't understand what you don't understand.
So when you think of like this is it, don't get scared now. It's just after he's gone through the
Nope.
whole fucking thing.
Best battle. Best battle.
It's just the title. This is it. Don't get scared now. That's the battle.
Every week, John sends an email with like 4 nominees and like, what about this plan that they had that was pretty elaborate?
What about this tricky
and, like, it
trick
led
plan?
to this
Crap
plot.
in it. We're like,
It's
that's not what we're
so
talking about.
Anyway, the nominees are
Yeah.
in Samara when everyone's leaving and they're killing everybody with their swords and shit. And Galad's awesome and Uno's awesome and they slaughter.
Oh
everybody.
God, I forgot about that. That is an awesome fight.
Yeah, it's
God damn
fantastic.
it, you thought that was a book
White
four.
Cloak's protecting them when they're trying to cross. Is it that they're trying to just get on a boat or across the river? I can't.
trying to get into a boat.
Just trying to get to the boat.
Yeah.
At any
It
rate,
was
that's
awesome.
an awesome
Like,
fight.
Like the fucking Borderlanders, like they hold their ground,
Yeah,
but Galad.
Galad
makes
and the White Cloaks come in or kind of
Yeah.
help out.
It's really just Galad, right? Like he's
Yeah.
the one who like he goes forward and just chops a fucking like defends them. Like they're holding ground and he just goes nuts. Like it's
Very,
amazing.
very tense fight. Awesome.
Yeah.
All the
I guess
battles that happen off screen.
honorable
All those
mention.
battles we can't see.
Honorable mention to the it didn't make it. It's not a nominee, but the fight in the Jengai Pass when the Drakgar come and that's
Yeah,
a fun one too.
yeah.
Next nominee is Nynaeve and Brigitte versus Mokidia.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. That's amazing.
Wait, round 1 or round 2?
Round 1 and 2, really. The whole fight. I mean, it's broken into 2 rounds. You're right. Round 1, they get thoroughly their asses kicked.
Yeah.
And round 2, they go in and go, you know what? We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this again. And they capture it. Amazing.
Yeah. Then we get Rand and Nynaeve versus Robin. I guess Rand and Nynaeve and Mokidian versus Robin, really. In a way.
Yeah, I mean, Mokidian, just so she could channel, technically, even though she doesn't know that she could do it anyway. But right.
And then we all know what the winner is.
Yeah, Matt versus Couladin.
Well, the Siege of Kareen and everything that comes with it.
The what?
The Siege of
Siege.
Carahand. That's an amazing
That whole
beginning
thing
to a book.
is
Like, you don't really get that stuff at the beginning of a book.
well, it's not at the beginning.
Well, I mean, it's not the finale fight. I think of the finale fight as Robin versus, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
That could have easily been the end of the book.
Yeah, I think that is like a bizarrely like maybe something that he almost wish he would have repaced, and I'm glad he never did. Because I think like what's funny is like I had this tone like look on my face like sorry, I was burping too. But like to Joe's point, like that isn't the finale of this book at all, right? The finale
it's not really.
like it takes over another
Now he
country.
was the nominee.
Yeah. Like he takes over another country like 50 pages later, 80 pages later. Like what the fuck?
That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
We could have broken this battle up into 4 nominees, really.
So none of the fights technically happen on screen. Oh, sorry. Glenn's asking, do any of the mad battles happen on screen? I guess
It's all past tense.
I think
all
you
past tense.
I think you
Yeah.
find that many don't, though. Isn't that
yeah,
kind of a
I mean,
theme?
well, Robert Jordan often
that's
didn't write the battles happening like in real time, unless it was like one power base. But he doesn't write like soldier versus soldier on a battlefield,
you'll get the start of a fight and then
and then
the
it'll
end
cut
of a
away.
chapter and then it'll
back
cut away
again.
to something else and come back and everything's over.
Well,
So I think what's really the key to what's going on there is that like what we're getting is like Matt resting in between fights and thinking of what he just did. So like it's happening on screen technically, but it's like a memory of what just happened 5 minutes ago.
I remember
And
reading
he's
him
getting
saying,
cornered and he's moving his forces around and it's like, blah, blah, blah.
I just remember reading him saying that he didn't really love to put that on the page just due to his experience in war himself.
Yeah. That's true.
And so I was always curious how he would do the last battle. And
Yeah.
it feels like he would have to really,
book 9.
get down and put that out. And like that would have been something else. But we got what we got.
But further to Glenn's point, like one of the things that's really fun about Matt chapter or the Matt part here in this book is you see him, and you see it later on afterwards, and Moraine calls him out for it. It's really the entire time that Matt's fighting battles, or right beforehand, is him trying to figure out, well, that's west. How the fuck do I get west to get out of here? Because west is away from. And then like, nope. All right, we're dragged into a fight. Nope, we're dragged into a fight. And then after the whole, like even after Carahine is taken, Matt is like unintentionally creating the Band of the Red Hand, and kind of on the border with Andor, trying to get himself the fuck out of there, and is still getting in fights with what were Lord Gabriel soldiers. Which
what's fun about the Carahine battle, or in his perspective, is that he's just trying to get them the fuck out of there, and they're like super happy because he's bringing them into more fights, and he's like, "That's not my plan." He's like, "All right, let's go over here. It'll be, I think, between these two valleys. If we go over here between this two sets of hills, like we can squeeze out and just like slip past the armies." And then, like every time they go around a curve of a hill or something, there's like more army there. It's so well written.
I think that there's
trying to avoid fighting, then it just keeps fighting.
It's staggering how much we never get tired of talking about this.
I think it's fantastic. I think as a good commander, though, like, his point isn't to force a fight, right? Like his point is to only fight when he knows he can win, right? Like he's not trying to like just like there's some fucking Aiel savages, let's go murder these dumbasses.
Yeah,
like, he knows that they're a hard fucking nut to crack. Write that one down. Also, that's awful. But like so instead, like he like only fights when the terrain's right, when this timing is right, when they have just been beaten by something else and are retreating or winning. Like so, like his instincts are perfect regardless of his actual intention.
Yeah.
But let's get to the number one winner, as you had said already.
Yeah, I already said it. Actually, it's time for you to talk about the weather while I go get a new drink.
Oh shit! Should we talk more about the actual winner? Because I feel like we gave it no shrift whatsoever.
The weather.
Yeah, I know what the weather is. Oh, that's fine.
What was the win? The winner was the Battle of Carahine.
Yeah, but I feel like that's barely even talking about the battle.
Oh, I know. Just the mat section is a small part of that fight. You're right.
Yeah,
there's the Aiel versus Aiel. There's the telescope thing that Rand has. That's amazing.
Kim Tovir's fucking telescope and Rand being there doing this, and also it sets up an amazing shit later on because Samael, or maybe you're not Samael. Thank you, Ayush.
That's on Tom's comment. Ayush said we also don't get tired of hearing about it either. That's why these books are amazing. Yeah.
You can leave that up. And I'm sure that there's like, more sober circumstances than ourselves, but like I can get drunk and talk about this shit all fucking day. Hi, Lauren. But like it's just so much like there's so much fucking intrigue that happens, even in like what should be a battle that should be fairly back and forth and normal. Weather. Well, this one's really goddamn easy. I had to consult my notes. I took notes this time for the first time, Joe. It's hot.
Yeah.
Write that one down. It's fucking hot. Like they're already.
That's all you got?
Yeah. They're already talking about the fact that like the last time it rained may not have been around the time that Rand channeled in the Waste. Like it just seems like, to quote the best band ever, it's been a while, and it's not looking good. And like it's like streams are drying up. Women probably drying up, right? It's not looking good. So
is it that part though? Is it that happening though, like Dark One style?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they already mentioned just like how fucking just kind of it's not getting too like cloudy.
Yeah, it's the beginning of it. It's
exactly. Yeah, it just seems like feels like it's way warmer than it should be, and it's like and that warmth is already carried on. Like obviously it's wetter here than it is in Aiel Waste, right? Regardless. But at the same time,
I think that's why, as a reader, you almost don't notice the transition because you're coming from like the desert for the last book and a half, and then suddenly it's like dry and arid in places where it should be like more lush, and you're just like, well, maybe they're just overreacting.
I thought for sure that's why they call it the wetlands.
There's like a stream that's like a foot across, and the Aiel are like, oh shit, what do I do?
Tom, is that not an Elton John song? I guess that's why they call it the Wetlands.
Yeah, it
I
is.
guess that's why they call it.
I wasn't
No, no,
expecting anyone to sing it. That made me sad.
It comes wet, hot, or dense.
Oh, I'd watch that. I'd watch that movie
Wet
or
I mean,
Netflix series.
in
This is
summer. What?
As long as Paul Rudd plays some sort of like noble.
No.
I need him on a horse, and then he just lets it go, and the horse runs into a fence and flips over.
Joe.
And then he's like,
You're looking at that the wrong way. We're gonna recast Wet Hot American Summer with Wheel of Time characters.
Wheel of Time characters.
And that's what we're doing next week.
It's really
I
bad.
can't wait to Joe Trulio.
All right, fine.
Yeah. I watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine all the way through. Joe Trulio is a fucking treasure. He's amazing.
I mean,
Yeah.
Paul Rudd is Gallagher. Jumping off. Everyone would be like, God, he's like cut from marble. You know?
Moving on. Moving
Who's
on.
Benjamin?
Wait, who's Victor Pulak?
Elayne.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Oh, we're doing it now. We're just doing it now.
No.
Who's the soup can?
No, moving on. Also,
That's the
Glenn,
next episode.
amazing idea. Also, Glenn probably didn't realize how much we love Wet Hot American Summer.
I think Glenn knew.
Do we want to do the next category? Do you guys want to keep going?
No. I need to put Tom. Don't be silly. I need to put thought into this.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
I need like a week to think about this.
Dude, just
Is it
doing it
right
off
at-
the cuff. Doing it off the cuff doesn't really do it service.
It doesn't. No.
Dumbledore Award for Best Coach of the Book.
The Dumbledore
Dumbledore.
Award for Best
Best
Gandalf.
Gandalf. That's what it is. I have to change this. I'm changing this right now.
The Dumbledore
Stupid.
Award for Best Gandalf is my favorite category title. I really need to update the Triple X one though.
We didn't have great ones for this. I put Matt question mark because he kind of tells everyone how to do the battle, and then he goes into the battle and tells everyone how to battle.
Oh, that's true. Matt going in and coaching the battle plan before they battle is kind of amazing.
But it was already done. It was pretty much like the plan was already created. It's just the fact is that he unprompted nailed it.
Was like, you shouldn't do this, obviously, and here's why.
No,
and you know,
he made improvements.
To me,
It's
that's
like
a shit moment. That's a like it's one of the coolest fucking single Mad instances. And the way that he just sits there and talks about how like you think gambling's fun, try gambling people's lives. Am I right? Am I right? Like,
and then Asmodean's like, oh,
yeah, and that's it. I think even Asmodean's like looking at him like, what the fuck?
where did this guy fucking come from?
Yeah, like
that's a cool moment. I don't know. I mean, I'm with Tom though. Does it count as like best Gandalf award? I don't know, but I mean, it's pretty close.
No,
Yeah, it's awesome.
sure.
It's a good nominee.
I put Moraine, but almost with a question mark too, because she's not really, I guess, coaching by not coaching. Maybe it's some sort of Mr. Miyagi thing she's got going on here.
Or the fact that she's learned how to best teach Rand. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like that's more of the. It's not like what she's teaching or what she's doing. It's really more like, I get this situation now, and like here's the best way for me to get through Rand's stubborn ass head. You know, kind of thing that I like about Moraine's contribution as a teacher in this one.
Nominee, we have the wise ones. We just picked out Amos as the lead, but
yeah, I put like, I mean it's Amy's really, but like I put wise ones in general because I was just like, it's not just Amis, but like
it's Amos, Joe. It's famous Amos.
It's just famous Amos.
She's got her own cookies, man.
Yeah. That's true.
You're confusing me.
I mean, you can't say anything bad about that, can you?
Not really. Everybody likes cookies.
They actually have way too much. They don't use cane sugar. They use sugar substitutes. It's bad.
I mean, the drum roll for the winner is it's Asmodean.
Yeah.
What a great teacher. He's so Dumbledore and Gandalf that the author had to kill him at the end of the book.
It's true. It's really
That's true.
It's so ridiculous.
He's just like, how do I write this guy out of here? He's
It's
too
like Asmodean's too all powerful and helpful to the main character. I gotta get rid of him.
You said, he does teach Rand a lot in this book. We
Did
know
you
that.
He teaches him a lot about how he doesn't know how to teach him shit. It's exhausting.
That's true. He's constantly holding back and trying to like play both sides of the fence, and you're just like, God damn it!
Like, it's constantly just like, I don't even
Just give
understand
Rand the
question you're
secret so he
asking
can
me.
kill everyone, and you'd be fine.
Rand's just like, how
because
do I do a
he had to
magic
kill
thing where I'm like zap zap zap, and Asmodean's like, what do you ask? What are you asking me to do?
Yeah.
There was an interview with okay, probably more than one. Like J.K. Rowling was just kind of like, we had to get rid of the fucking map, like the Marauders map, because it was too enlightening to everyone about what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, once they figure out your pedigree.
Yeah, Asmodean's got to die. He's a little too good at his job, and therefore fuck this guy.
How do you parallel Asmodean to the Marauders map instead of Dumbledore and Gandalf? That's so confusing.
What?
You always kill the powerful wizard so that they can't help the team anymore, and they have to learn to stand on their own.
In fairness, if there's anything who's not that powerful wizard, it's the guy who's the powerful wizard.
I mean, that's why it's hilarious.
Thank you. Another one.
This could be the Asmodean Award for Best Asmodean.
The Asmodean Award for Best Asmodean.
I'm trying to
They
think
get a lot of Holocaust, he said, which I already showed, but then he followed it up
That's
with
true.
and Jono. Just throwing
That's
that out
an
there.
insult to you.
it's a compliment to me, and I appreciate that.
I mean, you could take it as a compliment.
Twataholic.
You ready for the next category? Because it's one of my
Always
favorites.
ready.
It's the fucking classic Elayne Award for Elayne's worst.
Classic.
moment.
Fucking Elayne. Should I add a fucking on that one?
I mean, it's the fucking classic Elayne Award for Elayne's worst moment. I want to change worst to shittiest.
This is the fucking book.
Oh man, there's so much. I mean,
It's only
it's all down here from here, Jono, you know?
it's all down here from here, as they say.
We could do I don't know. They're all shitty.
That should be the award.
All-
Just come up
all-
with another one.
All of our all right.
Unlike
So
the rest of the books,
nominees.
This one existing actually is the answer.
Well, I mean,
The other books,
spoiler.
she actually has
spoiler-
redeeming moments, and this it's just all shit.
Well, we should always do this one backwards. And the winner is existing.
Yeah. All right. So what are the nominees?
Some of the nominees are interacting with Galad. Like every interaction with Galad is.
Oh God, it's the worst.
She's not, I quibble a bit because she's not wrong. The problem is
She's at a 14 when she should be at like a 6.
Stay away from my Elayne. Glenn loves Elayne. It's hilarious.
I'm
Glenn, we're not gonna stay away. We're gonna do this every episode.
I don't disagree with Glenn. Like to a certain extent, like that is one of the few things where Elaine's right. Like this guy is going to fuck it up unless you can get the fuck out of the way, and they do an amazing job. This is one of the very few times where Elayne comes with a good idea. It's like, we know what we do. We join a circus, followed by everything about the circus being goddamn. I don't know if it's all trash, but it's like one of the most like. This plot is a little unnecessary.
One of you dickheads had the nerve to put Val and Luca as best new character, and I was just no, wait. It wasn't that. Joe put Val and Luca as one of his picks for MVP.
Hey!
I threw that out so fast.
You should say that for MVP. MVP.
I would put him as MVP of the series. It doesn't matter. You don't have to save it. It's good either way. This is so irritating.
Oh, Jesus.
I was like blank, and Val and Luca.
It's so Jono put 3 people. Joe put 3 people, and Val and Luca. When we get to it, I'm just be like, the person you guys left off is staggering to me.
Oh, sorry. Well, just like I mean, is it the equivalent of leaving Perrin out of the last book?
Kind of.
No.
All right, so Elaine's next worst moment. This is a minor one, but just like it irked the fuck out of me. The tightrope walking without using the power or anything.
Oh,
like,
that's
that's
classic. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
That's a classic Elayne.
It's a perfect example of it. Just the like, I'm good enough.
She's
It
not
doesn't
wrong.
matter if she actually is or not.
That's a low-key version of being carried to the top of the tower while you're pregnant to watch a cannon fire.
Oh no, that's the quintessential example of what we're talking about.
Again, you're not wrong to do it, but you're also like, why not just do it safely?
Yeah, why not just do it safely?
Why not just do it
Why?
safely?
What are you doing?
The answer, by the way, is I don't like to wear condoms. That's the classical Elayne moment.
She just practices sex nonstop with condoms. It's like if she's actually gonna have sex, she's like, get rid of it. He told me he can't feel anything.
Wearing a fucking
The
dildo with a
only
condom.
good moment she had was when Uno checked out her legs. Glenn says, as a former circus performer, no, seriously, I love all the Val and Luca stuff.
Glenn's making me angry about
Glenn.
the comment.
It was all written for you because you're the only one who's ever said that.
I want to know more about Glenn. Fuck yeah, Glenn.
The other nominee is some combination of crossing the border of Terabon with the White Cloaks and her trying to fuck Tom. It's exhausting.
Yeah, it's gross.
Wait, how is that number one? What the
That's gross.
fuck?
Number one is existing, you dumb.
Oh, like, I'll be honest. No, existing takes a back seat to this weird shit.
Existing is part of that.
Existing is part of every answer.
I get that, but man, this shit with Tom and like my mom wants to, used to fuck you 20 years ago, so I'm gonna try to cuddle up to you, is the weirdest thing ever.
It's real weird.
Very weird. Yeah.
The weirdest thing, and like I cannot understand how anyone is just like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I remember when my mom had a dude come over and I tried to fuck him. Like,
Tom didn't say it, but I put that time she has that stick up her ass. Oh wait, that's all the time.
yeah.
That was my number one.
It's weird how that didn't make the nominee. That's just existing, Jeff.
I know. That's what I was trying to come up with a better way of writing existing. Her seducing Tom or whatever the fuck she's doing. I don't know. The whole thing is gross. That's all I wrote.
The whole thing is gross. Like the whole thing, fucking, it's mystifying. And where's like I think
it was gross last.
Honestly, she didn't want to be carried in the bed. Yes, she did.
That was the last book.
Ordered it to
Holocaust.
happen.
Oh yeah, never mind. I thought you were talking about. It was
She
gross last
absolutely
book, and
did.
she got drunk and
She
she was
was-
like, "I think I want to fuck this
She was
old man."
put on bed rest by her midwife or whatever, her nurse, and then
I mean, it's as
instead of
creepy and
not witnessing something out on the palace walls, she has all of her servants bring her bed so she doesn't break the rules and can stay in bed. Brings her bed all the way outside and then lifts it up via pulley because she can use the one power because that would be. It's way too easy.
we have
and
to
then
move.
has
We have
these
to move on.
Poor
John-
assholes lift her up via pulley system and ropes up to the top of the wall. So she
Joe's
can
gonna
watch
scream about Elayne.
goddamn
for
cannons.
an hour if we don't.
Oh,
move on.
fucking Elayne. Well, that's been
The
the fucking
next
Elayne
award. Most. Let's go with most Magneto. Just put the thing up. Just
All right, most
we're off
Magneto.
Elayne. We're off Elayne.
The most Magneto award for best villain. All right.
And in no particular order. Olmog.
Yeah. She's great.
Alviarin.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice. John is nominated.
Does she have
You
some
wanna
beat moments in
expound?
this book?
Yeah, she is behind everything in this book now. Like this is when Elida all of a sudden starts losing all her
Oh, Alviarin. For some reason, my brain heard Leandrin. Sorry. Go on. Yeah.
Alvialindrin.
Alvialindrin.
I always loved Alviarin.
Yeah, she's great.
I don't know
She's
why.
She's a great villain.
That's a hard fucking verb. All right, good for you.
Yeah, but I've always loved Magneto, so I mean, really,
No, I love Magneto.
it's kind of a same
you gotta,
similar
like,
situation there.
There's like
White
Elida-
hair,
Elida,
like
I-
Aja.
some villains you love and some you hate. I hate Elida. I love Alviarin. Like,
Yeah, that's
I mean,
true.
I can't
Yeah.
why. Another nominee that neither of you nominated, which is just confounding to me. Kulad.
Oh. I don't know. I feel like he deserves. I feel like this is just like the end of. I mean, he's annoying in this book, but he's not a great villain. He was a
Wait,
great villain. in the last
slaughtering
book.
people in front of the city walls just to taunt. Like
I really just feel like last book with him like pronouncing himself as I'm also the Dragon Reborn is like way
Yes.
more of a more.
Yeah,
he's
there
way
we
more
go.
Magneto in book 4 than 5. I think that's
I
So why
suppose. I mean, he
have his
is one of the major antagonists of the book. I don't know. That's all I'm saying.
Sure, I get. Yeah, you're right.
Wait, who do you have as number one?
Robin.
Oh yeah, come on.
Incorrect. The answer, by the way, is the Cabal of Robin Samuel Grandel.
Well, that's not how we're doing that.
I'm just-
It's all the Dark Friends.
Also, I do
everyone's
feel
about
like Samuel makes a wonderful villain, considering that he's there to be like a look at me kind of guy, and no one gives a fuck. I love that Rand ignores the look at me, because like there's all these things going on with him, and Rand the whole time is just like, well, guess what? We're gonna kill Raven.
We hear so much about Samael, and we even get chapters about him and from his perspective, and like he never really accomplishes anything. And then even when he dies, we're just like, did he for sure? I don't know. Fog, I guess. Fog. Ignominious. Just
Time you
sad.
got drunk, and maybe you did or did not have sex.
I mean, he's no Bilal, but or is he worse than Bilal? So much buildup for just nothing from this guy.
I think he may be worse than. Well, I don't think he's worse than Bilal, because so Bilal is definitely like the most ineffective of the Forsaken. That should be, by the way, we're running out of things to have a fucking episode about.
It's so mean to Bilal too. Like it's not my fault I was killed by balefire. Same thing happened to Agador and Balthamel.
2 books ago, he literally stares down Moraine's like, you can't do anything, and she just levels her fucking hand at him and shoots balefire like it's fucking like Spider-Man shooting like webcam. He just stares it down.
That's exactly that's what everything is when they talk about balefire. and Moraine just going like this.
Yeah. It comes right out of the wrist. Bilal's dumb. Anyway, back to the topic.
Back to the topic. I mean, that was it. Robin's the winner. You want to do the most Magneto for the Dark One's 3-pronged plan of headaches.
Robin gave a great ending to the book. What a Holocaust, he said. Sorry.
Wait, what was
what's the next 3-pronged plan?
Headaches. Robin's one of the best Forsaken. Like, I don't know. Like, he did the most and was kind of the scariest and was the great. Like, some of them are just kind of like.
I mean, he broke Andor, which is like a huge deal.
Yeah.
I think that's.
I mean, that's like one of the. I mean, like Carahine was already kind of falling apart because their king was fucking crazy and a bankrupt and throwing parties.
Thanks,
like,
Tom Merrill. Yeah.
Andor felt like but before that though, he just made it worse.
Yeah.
But like Andor felt like solid. Like that was like a solid kingdom, and it was just ripped apart by Morghese and I don't know, like by Robin and Morghese, like fucking everything up. Really dealt a huge blow to the good guy team by taking Andor off the table. You know what I mean?
We should, if we're running out of content, which odds are we are, because we've been doing this for a dozen years. That's not the worst conversation to have about like what the fuck these guys have done, because you're not wrong, right? Like Andor is considered kind of the most normal, like everyone wherever you go. Right now, I'm reading The Eye of the World. Even like there's a guy who hates Aes Sedai, spits every time he fucking hears it. But when he hears, the Queen's name, knuckles himself, unless that means something different. But he knuckles his forehead.
It does.
Like the entire time, like this is a country that has, so much solidity, right? So much solidarity back and forth.
Well, don't go too deep into it. If this is an idea, we'll just do a countdown of the most Forsaken of the Forsaken.
Starting from
descending order.
Oh, starting from 14 because of Mazrim Taim.
I mean, he's technically one at the end, right?
Yeah. I always thought Alviarin was going to become one.
Yeah.
Me too. Me too.
I always thought they were going to die off and people were going to kind of be elevated and like we might not see them again for the rest of the book.
No offense to the late Robert Jordan.
Yeah. You know what we should do? We should piss off everyone by like top 25 Forsaken at a time.
I mean, there's no saying he wouldn't have done that.
But like we could include all the reanimated fucking Forsaken. We could include Alviarin. We could do all these things. This is, by the way, what it looks like for great. Let's go back to headaches.
Well, I thought we were gonna go ahead and say who the greatest Forsaken was in the entire series. Do you guys know who it is?
All right, on the count of three. One. No,
It's Elayne. It's Elayne.
Oh, it is. Yeah, she's the worst.
I actually don't know who the greatest.
It's Elayne. You know who number 2 is? It's Morgaze.
Who's 3? Lenny.
Lenny.
You can't channel, you idiot.
We don't know that.
Morgaze is possibly one of my most hated characters in this book.
You've invalidated the entire list. Do you want to do a Taffy Bennington halftime, or do you want to keep rolling with the awards? There's 4 left.
Taffy Bennington.
After Jono does headaches.
All right, I'll do headaches, then Taffy Bennington.
All right, you haven't said any headaches yet.
That's why I said I'll do headaches, then Taffy Bennington.
I don't know if there are headaches in this book.
The Dark One's 3-pronged plan, as everyone classically knows. Headaches, weather, and rape. What's the headaches?
Headaches, weather, and dicey sexual situations. We're not saying rape anymore. It's 2023.
This one is still rape. This one's still rape, by the way. I feel like the Dark One's plan. The evil
We're not there
man can still have.
I mean, we're on headaches, Jono.
Yeah.
Let's defend ourselves later.
Yeah. So I forgot to take notes on this one while briefly reading, but I'm pretty sure.
Wait, did you reread this book?
No, I just.
It's like, holy shit, it's long.
Thank you. What I do is I read
1 week
chapter names.
I mean, you can read it in a day or two if you wanted to, but like.
I read the chapter names and I try to
your
remember
life for a second.
But I do remember what does happen for some of it. After every person has been in the world of dreams, headache.
Nailed it.
Yeah, that always happens.
That works.
Or just stalking your dreams. But also, after it gets too hot, you get dehydrated, headache, all fall in. And also, guess what? If it's too hot,
Robin probably gave Morgaze headaches. That's probably true. Little compulsion.
Also,
oh wait, he absolutely did. She's like all dazed and headache, but his laughing face at the end of that comment made it really dark.
Also, it did not happen last book.
He might as well have just written, if you know what I mean.
Like Wing gets headaches from Lanfear. Like Ozzy said.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. What are we talking about? There's headaches everywhere.
There's headaches everywhere.
Also, the book is loaded with headaches.
Here's the thing, guys. We haven't reread the book.
Beer, headache. Right.
If you really want a deep dive, like representation of the Dark plan throughout the series, listen to all of past tWoTcast. It's all
Matt's on the verge of dying after he kills Kulad, and they're drinking all that Usqua, and he almost gets murdered by his sexy girlfriend.
Yeah, you know what happens later on? Or his penis gets kind of like, you get that like post-cum headache.
That made me sad.
All right, well, we'll be back in 2 minutes after this Taffy Bennington break.
Will be. Oh,
Hey-o!
so, that song was shorter than you thought, huh?
It's not that it was and it wasn't. It is and it isn't.
I'll be honest. So the problem I had with that is I've seen it before, but I sat here like this the first 20 seconds laughing my ass off as the plane.
Overseer's just said, what have I joined here? That was Taffy Bennington, the
What are you
lovely,
talking about? What have I joined
lovely
here?
woman that writes our amazing theme song. Overseers, come on, man.
Fucking killed me. Like again,
He joined 2 empty seats, and Jono just going, what the fuck?
I was actually here before it ended, and then I realized I didn't have quite enough drink, so I went to get another one. Make sure
I
I
didn't-
yeah,
had a similar problem.
story.
Basically, I don't know if you guys know this, but Max launched today versus HBO Max.
Oh,
And Lauren's trying desperately to log in, and I was like, "I'm trying to help you. I only have a minute. I gotta go." And then I like ran down the hallway, and I was like, "Hey,
Wait, it's a different thing.
it's different, but it's the same. I don't know. What are they? What are they? Any of the streaming services doing?
I don't know. I just have I have Hulu, and it's an add-on for me. So now I have to go figure this out. Never mind. All right,
assume
show's
it's
over.
gonna
I'm
be
out.
fine. I don't know.
I gotta figure this out.
Anyway, yeah, that's why I was running in at the last second because I was actually gone during the song. Anyway, where are
You guys
we
ready
at,
for the
boys?
next? You ready for
What
the next
time?
category?
Yeah,
Very.
yeah.
I mean, that's where we're at. Oh, it's the Artex dies for the saddest moment of the book
the
award.
saddest moment.
for the saddest time.
I can tell you right now, for the first time ever, I set the bracket like before the show, and then I've since changed my mind since we started. So, yeah.
Interesting.
You want some nominees? We didn't have a lot of these either.
I had a few.
Well, you put one, so that's why one of the nominees I just put Melindra, I guess.
Not that sad.
No, first of all, this is what I'm referencing. He's sad because one, he killed a woman because he's conflicted with that, and he's sad also because he actually cared about her, and she turned out to be a dark one and tried to murder him. So it's like
it's weird how
it's a
many
sad
times
moment.
he's
It's
come
a
up.
weird, sad moment. That's all I'm saying. Is it number one material? Probably not. It's a nominee.
It's a nominee.
It's
Everybody
a
calm down.
nominee.
If my number one doesn't win, I actually remember like the first time we get to it, I cried the first time it happened.
Well, you'll be confused.
Mhm.
All right. So the next nominee is Brigitte getting
Wait,
pulled
Rick
out.
Coolidge, am I right?
Tears.
Thank you, Glenn.
Using cold and Ted being used as a soccer ball really kind of.
See, Matt killing Melinda. That was sad. Wada Hologossi agrees. We've all had girlfriends like that, DK Moons.
Uh-oh.
that we've murdered.
hey, we've all had
in self-defense, Tom.
Secretly,
We've all had girlfriends
secretly
that tried to
evil.
murder us, and we had to put them in the ground. It's not a big deal.
What percentage of your girlfriends have tried to murder you? I'm only at like 60%.
Yeah,
Wait,
60,
plus
50,
9? Plus
50,
9?
60.
Add
Yeah,
50.
just 60. Just 60.
Well, yeah, 50. 60.
Brigitte getting pulled out of the wheel. The world
Mhm.
dreams. It's a bummer. It's a really
That
sad
is
moment.
a-
It's actually a
in
pretty
most books,
emotionally tough.
In most books, that's the number one piece. I apologize for talking over you, but that is one of the just like the way she screams, like the way like everything's done. Poor Nynaeve feeling at fault for it. Like that's a fucked up piece.
Yeah. I feel bad on multiple levels. I feel bad that it's Nynaeve's fault, I guess. And then also, and then the whole thing the whole fact that it happens is horrible. And then her realization that she won't be with Geidel Kane anymore, and like what that will mean for their like,
I just lost the ugliest man
rebirth
ever.
moments, and like what that would mean if her finding him in life again. And I'm like, or she's like, and she's even like, does this mean I'm out all the way? Like, does it mean I'm going to be back because we don't know at this point. Like, am I going to be back as a hero of the Horn if I die again? I don't know. Like kind of all of those things weighing down on that.
Spoiler,
situation.
yes.
Pretty
And you're not even talking about the part where they're not even positive that she's going to live. Like they're trying so desperately to keep her alive. Like,
Mhm.
pretty
Oh
good
yeah,
deal.
yeah.
By the way, she lives.
Kadir strangling a Syndra. Wild Man Wyatt.
You're not supposed to laugh.
Dark friend killing dark friend.
Yeah.
Pretty sad.
just real quick for Wild Man Wyatt, that almost made most dicey sexual situation, but just not quite. I thought that might be too dark.
I mean,
But actually, that might be under the umbrella of Essendra, probably.
by the way, I did make this the best chat comment. I mean, we don't really keep track, but like, if it comes up, just let me know and I'll give him an award.
Just pop it up whenever a good one comes up. If you really,
Just all throughout. Who knows who got their? You're all the nominees as we go on.
When the women say something dicey.
So our other nominee is Moraine dying and everything that goes with it. The letter, land, all.
That's not number one.
No, it's not even close to number one. Actually,
What
no.
the fuck? Oh, unless it's
Just talk about the moment.
Okay, the moment. Okay.
Talk about you talk about this, and then I'll tell you what the winner is.
All right, that moment when Moraine dies is
Jono, you chose the winner.
okay. Yeah. All right. Thank you, because I almost lost my shit. I may have defecated myself. Yeah. So the moment when it happens is, of course, like you just kind of sit there stunned. Like it's the epilogue of an amazing battle. It's probably one of the coolest fucking fights that happens in the entire. Like this is how you take care of people who are stronger than you. Distract the fuck out of them, and you fall into a giant red doorway as you do. But it's that's a tense fucking thing when it happens. Like you're just kind of like,
There you go.
Yeah, it's brutal.
thank you.
Well, the aftermath is brutal.
The aftermath's brutal.
The aftermath of the maidens.
The launch
maidens-
of the fight beginning of Lanfear just losing her shit is horrifying. Like you're like, oh god, how many people are about to die? Like Lanfear's held her shit together for like multiple books now, and then like to hurt or lose, she's like, which one of you was Avienda? And you're like, I'm just imagine like Super Saiyan fucking shit. Like her hair is just like
you can make out with whoever you want, but you can't get your dick wet because that I will lose.
I'll be so. Great advice, but no. Second, so Joe, like, you're actually. Can you think of a more like fucking visceral scene though than that? Right? Like this is Rand walking
in terms of sadness.
No, like just in general. Like think about it. Like if you've never read the books, books, and you're given this like somehow read it or watch it, whatever the fuck, and like it's just like. Rand walking briefly, like, what the fuck's the point of this? I've got to go kill another fucking, whatever.
Just walking down the docks.
And
Everything's happy here.
A woman comes out nuts, right? Holding a skin balloon of this guy. Like, it's probably one of the most amazing scenes you've ever fucking imagined, right?
Captain Kadir's skin balloon is such a small piece of that scene that
But it's the coolest.
we've described it as a skin balloon so many times over the years, and I'm just like, I don't feel like people recognize how fucked up that one piece of that scene is.
So skin balloon could have made best sexual moment. And also, weirdly, this moment is the best Dumbledore moment.
I mean, it's a blow-up doll.
The Dumbledore moment for best Gandalf. It's Moraine.
It's my wife. Yeah. But like everything about this, right? Like, so like, the fight's fucked up. Egwene gets all her headaches, which, by the way, I apologize for missing. Like Egwene, Avienda, so many people actually just die that are around it.
This is one of the few moments where you think main characters could die.
No, for real. Like I said, when you see Lanfear lose her shit like that, my first thought in my head is like, oh my god, how many people are gonna die right now? Like that. Like that's like that's the first thing on your mind, especially Avienda. You're just like, because that's the first thing she says is which one of you is Avienda. You're just like, oh my god, Avienda's gonna die. Like, there's no way she's getting out of this alive.
That's it. You kept you cool.
There's not many of those moments in the books, like, and this is one.
Take it to the show would be incredible, Overseer said. Yeah, I agree. I mean, like, obviously, I want to see this. Like, so
Well, I mean,
this is one of those moments that I'm just like, please do this justice. You know,
like, I mean, they will take this moment and figure out how they can write it better, and then that'll be on the show.
So harsh. So again, like, to me, this is what I have. Like, there are
Spindaloon is now canon. It's been we've been saying that for years, Glenn.
Glenn, yeah. You've got
Like that other thing we brought up that I forgot about.
so many shitty things to listen to, great things to listen to. But, like, to me, like, I can never forget where they are here, right? They've just walked just outside. They've done, if they're on the east side of the river, they've been looking at it. They've been looking at how to get some things across. Everything about it is incredibly memorable, even though it's not. And it's just after, Matt has just told him that he's killed, what's her name? Melindra. And like all these things have happened. Like, it's the most memorable chapter for book 5.
It's weird. You can feel it coming too. Like, there's something really strange. Like, wilds about that.
It's a weird calm before the storm moment with them walking down. You're just like, why does this feel almost tranquil and like nothing's gonna happen? And yet I feel like there's about to be a lightning strike.
This book has like 3 things that could end.
I know.
It's amazing. Like, to me, like, I'm so privileged, right, to have read like when
Lanfear had talked to Avienda earlier in the book. I guess all Aiel look the same to Lanfear.
It's true.
I mean,
it's good.
As a girl, she'd seen her many times.
As all gingers do, you know.
Oh my God, it's getting really dark in the comments. Let's move on past that. You want to move on to the winner?
Yeah.
It's not dark if we're talking about gingers, Tom. They're bleached in the sun.
Very pale.
What's the winner, Tom?
The winner is, for the saddest moment of this book, is this begins the Morgay storyline.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
No.
It ruins everything for like 9 books.
It's real depressing. I mean, the second Morgaze became a main character-ish, and I didn't realize it, but looking back at this book and knowing now what that means,
this is 3 to 4 chapters every book
I didn't
about
cry
her
the first time, but like the second and third and fourth and 17th reread I've done of this book, the millisecond Morgaze becomes important as a character, I cry.
I might cry right now.
I know. It's horrifyingly sad.
That was my submittal, but it wasn't meant to be number 1.
No, it's number 1 with a bullet. And we're moving on to the next category.
No, hold on.
No.
Hold on. Stop. So the saddest moment, though, about when Rand reads Moraine's letter to
that's
me.
part of what we were just talking about. That was
we never even got to that. We never got to that. Like, that to me, like, I remember crying in.
Let's go back.
I cried when I read that fucking thing. Like, I had it to.
Classic Jono for worst moment of the podcast award goes.
That's like.
And the winner is always going back. No, I agree.
Yeah.
Fuck. No, I mean.
You know what? Morgaze loses and wins because she's the one who's ruining what should be the saddest thing. That's
exactly.
Fucking bitch.
You hate her that much more?
Yeah. Fucking Morgaze. That's stupid.
You read that one chapter and you're like, oh, this is interesting. And a lot of people get one-off chapters. And then like 4 books later, you're like, why is it still happening?
I'll tell you what, there's only one thing worse. It's going to be called fail.
By the way, Jono, you were talking earlier, but Wadaholic also said, I prefer Kadir Kite. I didn't want to interrupt you.
You know what? It is beautifully.
I'm just saying. I mean, like, that's up there for best chat comment.
Why did somebody write 99 Kadir balloons?
Hey, let's talk about Jordan Con.
Just rewrite the lyrics. Actually, lyrics, if they're just keep them in German, I assume it's about the wheel time.
Joe, can you do me a favor and mute your brother for a brief moment? At Jordan Con one time, 6-7 years ago, there was a nice German dude who showed up, And all Tom wanted to do was to talk about 99 Luft balloons with him while drinking one day.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
I'm waiting for the part where Tom needs to be muted.
Oh, just because I just didn't know if Tom was going to be like, next. But it's one of my favorite things.
I'd probably go crazy talking about 99 Red Bull. Do you want to talk about it right now?
Yeah.
I'd probably just go fucking happy crazy talking about 99 Luft balloons.
All right, let's do biggest catfish.
You guys still talking about the way of time? Kind of. 99 Kadir balloons is what we're talking about. All right, what's the biggest catfish?
Biggest catfish.
This is another one. I haven't no good nominees for this one.
Really?
Weirdly, there's been a lot of good catfish nominees over the past couple books.
John is better than anybody about picking out the catfish that's not pretending to be a different person, but that is writing to be a different person.
Yeah. Well, that's internet chat rooms, Tom.
One of the
wax sealed envelopes is the internet chat room with the Wheel of Time. He's nailing it.
Our first nominee is Rand ghosting Collier when he messages her on the dating app and tells her to come to his room, and he doesn't show up, and Abby is there instead, and she beats the fuck out of her.
That's the hardest.
The rest of the nominees are just people pretending to be other people. Like, that one's just priceless.
That one's goddamn. How is that not the winner? It's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, the rest of them are just so less interesting.
Is Egwene catfishing the IEL Wise ones?
Not yet.
Not really.
It's just not.
Like, I have every time I have to redefine like what does catfish mean, because like I start like getting like scope creep on like, well, am I catfishing my wife? I tell her like I'm not really that horny that night. I already jerked off earlier.
I never quite realize every time we come to a book how many people are pretending to be other people as we go through it. I'm like, oh man, I can make a long list, and then John always has just one gem.
Land catfished Matt into talking battles.
That's true.
That doesn't quite qualify.
I mean, it's close though, but I get it. Yeah. He tricked him.
Other nominees are our entire cast that we follow at the circus of Val and Luca. They're all liars.
Yeah. I think I just wrote Nynaeve and Elayne join the circus. Like, I don't know. That's a catfish. Yeah.
We've got Mokedian pretending to be a single mother of two. How did she pull that off?
Mog is on she's up to old tricks again, pretending to be a single mama too.
She also
she murdered her mother.
Yeah,
and then
catfishes everyone, and also not just the girls, but the kids too. Does that make it better or worse?
Would it be better? Is it worse that the children are real and that they now need to be taken care of now that McGeadian is like captured and collared? Or would it be better if they were like Green Lantern constructs and they weren't real people and they just disappeared and you're like, I love that child.
I spent
3 months with that child.
I love that they're real. And at the beginning, like when that was a concern, they were like, we're gonna have to worry about these kids saying something. And then like Robert Jordan and Sanderson, like all combined, were just like, we can't. I'm not dealing with people trying to keep two 5-year-olds quiet. Like, let's just
we're
gonna push them off to the side. Never talk about this again.
There's a reason why Brandon
over here
built this underground layer.
Making yet another appearance at this award ceremony is Melindra.
I mean, she did catfish, man.
She's pretty amazing. Yeah.
I'm really surprised about how much she's come up.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit.
DK Moon Brigitte pretending to be Brigitte.
I mean, that's honestly,
I thought about that. I was like, she's the ultimate catfish of the entire series.
I mean, she is, yeah. I call myself Brigitte, and I'm gonna shoot bows and arrows.
That's
really well.
That's why I kind of like doing it, going back through the books in this way, because it does like we would have talked about Melindra this much. It's crazy. Like it just brings weird things up.
Glenn said, did old Mog actually act like a mother to those kids as cover, like feeding them, watching over them, etc.?
She did.
I don't.
She did.
Breastfed him twice, which is weird because they were 5.
She just like put
they still
compulsion on them in the tents at night and just like switch them off like robots and just put them to sleep.
You know, when everyone's looking at these kids and they're just like, the kids have like a crazy stare into the distance and they're like, oh, and everyone's like, man, I don't know what happened to their parents before Mog picked them up, but it must have been bad. I'm like, do you think she just broke their brains by?
I'm your mom.
She's just like, I'm your mom.
I'm your mom. No, I'm your mom.
That's certainly what happened. Winner for biggest catfish of this book is Asmodean. Sitting over there plunking on his heart, lying to everybody, teaching Rand how to be the dragon.
Asmodean
that's a good winner.
I mean, I'm sorry, Jason and Tail. I do love the fact that like he's just there for so many things. When Rand starts yelling at him to like play it sadder and all that is like the weirdest thing. Like, I just play this sad fucking ham. Okay. Like,
used to be a piece of shit, Jono.
Play the Christmas song, but like metal.
Yeah.
Make me sad about it. Make me cry.
Asmo for the win. Play March of Death.
Play March of Death. It's just very odd, right?
Emo Rand. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, that's really true. This is the most emo Rand that emo Rand has ever been because he has a soundtrack to go along with it the entire time.
Jason Detail is basically his like Walkman. It's like I'm putting in my sad CD.
He actually doesn't want to deal with people. He's like, I'm just going to sit in my room and listen to sad music.
That's Bach and it rocks.
I never thought about it before. He really does. You guys ready for the second to last category?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
This is the MVP.
It's not P, Tom. It's C.
MVC.
Most valuable character.
So I wrote down 4, and then I checked Jono's. He wrote down 3. I had 3 of those. And then Joe wrote down 4. He had the same 3 that me and Jono did. And then, as I said earlier, he picked also Val and Luca. Not an option. So our first nominee that no one picked but me was Moraine.
He was so useful. Are you kidding? What would they do without Val and Luca? What would they do?
We're not talking about Val and Luca. He's not a nominee. The first nominee is Moraine.
What would they do without him, Tom?
All right. So weird.
All right, go ahead. Moraine, I mean, obviously Moraine. Yeah, you're right. I put Val and Luca as a joke, obviously. Moraine probably would have been the next person on my list.
I know you put Val and Luca as a joke because you didn't even think of Moraine.
That's not true. He's totally Luca. See, Glenn knows. He used to work in the circus. What would they do without him? They'd be stuck. That's what. Not moving.
Next nominee is Matt.
Matt Cawthon is amazing.
I mean, come on. Just pulls it out of his ass. Crushes it on all things.
Like Matt Cawthon is moving on all fucking cylinders. He's entertaining. He's fucking. He's fighting.
This is a great Matt book.
Yeah. This is an underrated Matt book.
Is he peak? Is this peak Matt? Is this where he like?
I feel like
it's me with all my powers, or is it next book where he's got the?
To me, book
I don't
9.
feel like you get this Matt again until the very end of the series.
I think
because he started becoming Matt in book 3, and then
this is pretty peak Matt. Like 3 to 5 is like peak Matt for a while.
He's still going up.
He's definitely going up.
Obviously, like he leads the last battle, all that shit. Like it's amazing, but like. When does he become
going down too? Because
I think book 5 Matt is like peak, and then it drops down.
Yeah.
For a while, And he slowly gets back up to peak Matt at the end. Like I think this is peak Matt. Yeah, I think this is peak Matt.
What's not peak Matt to you? Like in book 6 or 7?
Well, one just hanging out in the Teresian palace for a long, long time.
It's when he becomes what he's going to be, and then he just rides that.
Yeah.
When he's going where?
I'm not saying he drops down a huge amount or anything.
What did Tom say? What Tom he does? He what?
Well, like when he becomes the most Matt, and then just becomes that until the end of the series. Is it this book or is it the next book?
Not to sound like a dumb shit. Like, what do you define most Matt? Because to me, when I think Matt, I do think this book a lot, but I also think book 9 Matt on his way of getting the fuck out.
Yeah, maybe.
By the way,
This
Place This Day is probably one of the coolest chapter names ever. It's
it's great. Yeah.
The saddest thing for Parent, peak Parent, is book 4.
Yeah, peak Parent is book 4.
Parent becomes what he's going to become, and he doesn't get better.
I mean, again, you get Sanderson.
That's
Parent
not terrible.
A superhero in a world of dreams. Parent in the end, but
I don't count.
Book 4 is peak Parent. Lord Parent, Lord Golden Eyes is peak Parent to me.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't hate book 6 as also massive Parent.
The NPC is massive up for single-handedly becoming a billionaire in a couple months. Good one, Ayush. Fuck Massima.
I don't know if that's so central to the book, but I mean, good for him.
That's
the guy that most came up in the world in every book, or the guy or girl.
Yeah.
We could have given that to Elayne a while ago. Alvy Aaron she'd be in contention for this book. Yeah, that's actually
that's true.
She
climbs the ladder.
It's
other nominee for MVP of this, or MVC of this book, that we haven't actually talked about a lot tonight. Nenave again. Mentioned her a little bit with Old Mog.
Well, we think about she's about to have fucking Old Mog on a goddamn rope. Like we thought
that's incredible. Come on. And she does it in overcoming horrifying fear to face her again.
Yeah.
And entering the world of dreams. And she does shit in the world of the dreams that she's not even sure she can accomplish. She's just let's see if this works. You know what I mean? And it's just holy shit, you're rolling a lot of dice here. And then simultaneously grabs Old Mog and just goes fights the unfight with Rand. In the world of dreams. It's incredible. It's incredible. Nynaeve is just holy shit, you're crushing it this book.
She is weirdly constantly, and this is going to sound insulting, but it's not, the unsung Robin to Rand's Batman throughout the series.
Oh no, I completely agree.
Here, book 9, right when they cleanse the source,
she's Rand's better half in a lot of ways.
I think this
in
is
terms of the one power. You know, I mean, even she immediately chooses her to use Kalendor with him. You know,
it's just there.
Yeah.
Something else. MVC, the winner's Rand. I mean, he takes over 2 countries.
Yeah.
He does that sex igloo thing.
Oh, by the way, that's a great sex thing. Because they seem kind of alarmed by the temperature there.
Where?
Yeah, in the Shamshan, they seemed a little concerned by how cold it was.
Right.
Weather.
Oh.
No, but can we talk about? Yeah, we haven't gotten the third one yet. By the way.
No, that's where we're at. We're on the 3-pronged plan.
We're on the 3-pronged plan.
I'm ready for the third one.
All right, Jono, what's your answer for the 3-pronged plan? The Dark One's 3-pronged plan. Rape.
Change the rape to DSS, please, for the love of God.
There's a caveat there at the end.
That logo, Jesus. All right, the answer
it's just sex with no over it.
It just looks like no sex. It needs to be one person with a circle, and then one person that's just
I had a lot. Listen, I had a lot of options, and I went with the one that was the least rapey.
I'll be honest. That looks.
What do the other ones look like?
A lot of them are.
Yeah, stay tuned, by the way. So my first thought was
No cowgirl?
no cowgirl, denied. Right?
Chat comment of the night. Put it up.
Oh, sorry. That's true. That Overseers definitely gets a best chat comment of the night.
You all win.
So am I even at the point? Like,
Yes, Noman Garden. I went for the least rapey depiction of rape. I'm sorry, I didn't want a fucking icon of someone bending somebody over a table. Thought it'd be wrong.
Arms in the air and the circle head and like lightning coming out of it. Like,
no. Yeah,
we have to move on.
All right, sorry. What's the third prong of the Dark One's plan?
The answer is everything Raven does. Right.
I think you're going to say Melendra in hindsight.
Yeah. I don't know if she's a rapist.
She's not a rapist.
In hindsight.
Rapist. Yeah, but like everything Raven does, whether it's Morghese or apparently a couple dozen other fucking, nobles.
Housemaids.
Yeah,
ladies'
maids.
I hope that he's got some pretty interesting weaves to stave off his penis from some STDs. Because
I hope so.
Yeah, there's been 3,500 years.
He's got some pretty powerful antibiotics just in a stasis box. Thank God.
But again, it's been 3,500 years. I'm not sure.
Yeah, who knows if those are good still,
Yeah. It's concerning. It's concerning.
He's crushing it on the just destroying people.
He's
on all fronts.
What's that?
Side of it.
Never mind. I didn't say that.
And then finally, the only option to me about so again, this is how the Dark One has taken over an entire country.
Mm-hmm.
Morghese. Like, this woman is. I wish she just died. She should have just died here because it's just.
You know what my problem with the whole Morghese storyline is? Never mind. We don't have time to get into it.
No, we don't have to do that. I thought you were gonna, but real quick, I feel positive you're gonna say that one time she was gonna kill herself, and then Lenny stopped her, and I was like, why did you do that?
No, it's the culmination. It just ends with
her
passing judgment on Perrin, and then she's like, well, I got to do it justly. And you're like, fuck you bitch. just fucking let him go.
But that's later. That's later.
Anyway, yeah.
The whole
point have to add a category for the most Morghese or the worst Morghese for the next 7 books.
You get ready for the final category.
Yeah, let's do the final category.
It's on the left. Award for the biggest moment.
On your left for the biggest moment of the book. And Jono likes to call it the chill-inducing moment. I agree with that assessment.
I didn't love our nominations necessarily. We'll do a small one first, like that Jono put, like when Rand makes the fountains flow and Rudian. That's awesome.
I think
that's a good small moment.
There's a lot of nominees here.
And that's actually one of those things that actually makes you think about Rand as a person, because he's become such an automaton of badassery. But actually, he did that for them, and that stays there for them, and that changes the entirety of that desert. And his response is like, "Oh, should have thought of that beforehand. My bad." Like, it's a very humble, good thing to do.
And the winner for most Morghese award is Elayne.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
She did
on your Rand moment. Yeah, that's an awesome moment.
She did birth Elayne out of that blown out sweat sock of a vagina. Next nominee is Moraine versus Lanfear. Like that battle.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big moment, man. Where did that come up before? The saddest moment?
Saddest, but I think
Yeah.
that letter.
It's really the letter part of it. Is that what you're saying, John?
Yeah, that letter makes it chill-inducing to me. Like, it was already fucking crazy, but the fact that Morghese knew that this is how she dies, at least briefly, spoiler,
Mhm.
And that she had planted Angriel here, she had planted the door here. She'd
It's not that
spent.
I think she knows she's alive. I think she doesn't know she'll be saved.
That's correct. Yeah, that's
She
100%.
knows she's being taken off the board. Whether
Mm.
she gets saved or not is a question mark.
That's exactly right. And she'll send a letter to Tom Maryland about that eventually. But like, I think that to me is like,
Snowman Garden said the fountains didn't change the desert; the lake did. I mean, it's the same moment, though, right?
yeah, correct. Yeah,
Yeah.
Strike that comment. Or
yeah. No,
Get out of here, Snowman Garden.
very related. After all the goddamn things, the lake broke up because the
Yeah, yeah.
Mm. Next, I feel like it should have been the winner, but
Okay.
only two of us put it. It's
I forget
Matt
you actually
Matt
have opinions.
Matt Killing Couladin.
Ah,
Oh, all right. So I mean, I didn't put that as
That's
I kept
crazy
that as
when he wakes up and finds out.
Oh no, yeah, it's amazing. I just put that as like big battle moment and not as like chill inducing moment. But yeah, you're right. That's insane. Yeah, that's a big
I'm not really that. Other than it just being weird, to me, it's weird that Matt even came that close to him. If that's just more examples of bad luck.
Yeah, I feel like weirdly, I felt the same way about it that Rand did when he heard about it. Where you're just like, what the crazy. The winner is.
while we're still going, and the answer is because we're insane. Yeah,
That's not that late.
Dana actually sounds a lot like my wife during coitus. Like, wow,
I mean,
I mean, what Kadir blow up doll? So I mean, you know,
the winner for this one. The only thing that we all put was Matt Avienda and Asmodean coming back to life.
That's
yeah, that's the only common denominator. You mean?
Yeah, didn't blow my mind.
okay.
I feel like I knew that was going to happen when I read the book.
in fair. You would not. I think the biggest problem is
I didn't think Matt was dead.
I think the biggest problem is this: like Matt's death is just smoking shoes, and then Rand gets angry. It's not. I don't know if you really feel that Matt Cawthon Taviran is dead.
We'd already been handed the Balefire like throughout the book. Like
I don't even know if I would.
We did, but at the same time, like for me, I was like, I mean, on the first read, obviously, you know, but like the reason that moment resonates with me even now is that on a first read, I was genuinely concerned that Rand wouldn't like get to him fast enough or hit him with Balefire hard enough to burn back far enough to reignite Matt and Avienda's lives. You know, like it was a ticking time bomb, so to speak. Like it wasn't necessarily that, oh, they're going to totally live and they'll be fine. It was more like, oh my God, if he gets too far away from that moment, he'd have to like hit him with such a Balefire beam that it would like incinerate half the planet, you know, like kind of thing. Like that's what was going on in my head. Like as the fight progresses and as he's chasing him through the palace, it's more about getting to Robin fast enough to accomplish it.
Tom,
I just didn't feel comfortable. It's literally the only one we all three put down. So I was like, well, it has to be that then.
So my only problem with this, and I wrote it myself.
Yeah.
My only problem with this is no way. Like I never felt like Matt Cawthon was dying here. Like,
yeah,
when
me
I
neither.
Smoking boots, like to me, you can actually get hit by lightning and not die. Yeah. Thank you, Daniel. Yeah.
Oh no, his body is charred on the ground, and there's a smoking boot on the ground.
That's what you thought when you saw all three of them dead. You're like, lightning doesn't kill everybody all the time.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Though, like,
What?
It just to me,
my brain went, "There's no way he's fucking dead," and then I had to like raid through the last of the book as fast as I could.
Oh yeah, I read like wildly fast, but I wasn't
I
surprised.
don't know why. To me, like it didn't feel urgent enough that he was dead. And maybe it's just because I don't read English hard. That's not right.
Well, Juan Alagasi said, I didn't think they were dead until they weren't dead. As in, like, he didn't actually think they were dead. All right. So, yeah, to your point, John.
Yeah, I stand right there with you. To me, like, it was just kind of like...
Last time I smoked boots, I regretted it.
It's not good for you. Right? Oliver's Hughes got 2? What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
But, like, to me, like, I wasn't that worried until I realized I should have been worried, followed by... Oh, right. Hey, good news. The greatest retcon in the world has just happened.
I mean, the Dark Hound already killed Matt earlier in the book.
Yeah. So that's how I felt about that.
I think that's the point. Like, there's enough vagueness with him dying, whether he was hung or the Dark Hound thing, that you're like, fuck, is this it? Like, I was actually worried.
How dumb would that have been?
You know what would have been funny?
I wasn't that worried until I realized I should have been worried. Words to live by. Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you. Yeah. You know what would have been fun? If it was Matt Coffin who fell off the end of the skimming game. Which,
die that way.
And there was
just 5 books later, and it's like, what got him? Lightning.
Lightning.
He's out.
That whoever that person
Lightning.
is that fell deserved like one kind of just. And then
I just realized Rand, Parent, and Matt are the creators' 3-pronged plan to combat rape, headaches, and weather. We're gonna die. We're gonna dive into that in another episode.
Matt just resisted weather attacks like crazy tonight.
That's true, and Rand resists headache attacks like nobody's business. That means Perrin resists rape.
It's true.
That is true.
It is true. Holy shit! That's
why I'm laughing so hard.
That's tWoTcast for this week.
That's tWoTcast this week.
Thank God. No,
wait. Comments or questions?
No, that's it.
I know.
Give the comments or questions. Leave them below.
Yes, leave them in the comment section.
Get better at answering them.
We're good at it now. I'm okay at it. I'm okay.
This is a podcast that takes theory and turns it into...
No, keep doing the thing.
Oh.
Damn it, Jono.
You can listen to the Audio Versus podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
That's true.
Audio.
Okay. tWoTcast theme songs brought to you by the one, the only Taffy Bennington. And also we sprinkle some of our other music in there in the middle sometimes. And also Andrew, Bard of Time, who sings our outro music, and it's amazing. Also, I should animate it and make it look better. I'll get on that, Andrew.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Tom.
Stay your mouth.
I'm Jono. Suck brick, Joe.
Oh my God. Keep the change, you filthy animals.
Good night.
Among the first to start, the tWoTcast was so smart to lovingly bash our favorite books. But that was long ago, and now they've grown the show, and now they got us in their hooks. Don't throw coins to these bastards, they need bars of gold at least. Someone please keep them afloat. Now let's listen as they once again ramble through a book. Let's get the fucking quote. One of them is Tom, but he is barely on. Sometimes he calls into the show. Another one is Jono. Is he their joker? Oh no. And Joe, is he the stupid one? Welcome to the tWoTcast. We will share our love for books and all our hate in every episode. We'll entertain you, make you laugh so hard you barely can stand up. That is the tWoTcast. know.